Jesus. Oh, anyone drop the fridge? There's another fridge. So yes people, welcome back to AJ Cars. Now today, following from my last video on what it's like to drive a stance car, I'm actually going to be showing you what it's like to drive a stance car with this POV drive. Now, it isn't the best. I'm not going to be razzing it around the roads because it's not the type of car for that, because you will see in the drive. But we will get straight into it. We'll start driving about. You can see exactly how a stance Mark 4 or just a stance car actually really drives. As you can see, if you look here, airbag lights. This is what I was saying in my things you need to know, the top 10 things you need to know about a Golf. It is fucking annoying having that on there. Obviously all the airbags work, it's just I think the passenger side airbag doesn't work, so that's how annoying that is. So John, if we crash, you will probably lose a shoulder.
Life will change without both shoulders, I promise you that.
But we'll get going. That's not exit, is it?
So yeah, I am in the car, guys. I'm in the passenger seat. We thought we'd just go for a little drive, talk through everything, talk through even what it's like to, because I've never been in like a stance slammed kind of car. But yeah, you have to be very cautious. Like even you've just seen driving through the shell garage, then like you have to take the bumps. Like even like look at this coming out.
Literally like this on the floor now. You'll fucking feel everything in a stance car. Oh god. To be honest, these roads aren't too bad, but you'll see you have to swerve everything. I'll hit a pothole or something and you'll see how much the car wobbles. There you go, straight away. It's not horrendous. I mean, I've got coilovers on it. I had standard coilovers on there anyway. Some guy before me had it and they were JOM, I think they're like a budget coilover, but oh god.
It's mad because you literally hear every single noise.
Yeah. You will hear noises in this car. You will hear noises in this car you've never heard before in your life.
And especially with camber, honestly, it's such a strange feeling. It's like you're in a small front-wheel drive Golf, but the back end's like wobbling.
Yeah, it's like a rear-wheel drive car.
Fully slide, because obviously, but like it actually, like it's such a strange feeling. It literally wobbles.
Oh goodness. Yeah, especially because it started snowing recently around here, so I hadn't driven this car in the snow, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go out and drive it just to see how bad it really is. And I kid you not, I was sliding around corners. I didn't want to drive it. This is the first time I've actually been scared in the car. Oh god.
And this is the sort of stuff you have to do. Like,
yeah, you have to do this. You cannot go. Like I said, if you watch my last video on driving a stance car, I actually cracked my sump, and that's just purely because I didn't see a manhole covering the road and I didn't avoid it. And so one time I didn't avoid one. That was the bitch right there. That motherfucker right there. And honestly, they will catch you out in a stance car, especially when they're so low. If you're on air ride, I think it wouldn't be that much of a problem, because you can just lift it whenever you want to drive and then just drop it when you go to shows and stuff. But when you're on coilovers, it's difficult to adjust, or springs, you have to suffer it a lot of the time.
Following on from that as well,
yeah, it's an FR.
Following on from that as well, what you've got to think about is like, even not just a slam car, but like a Mk4 Gti. Obviously this car's been mapped, it's like 210, 215 brake horsepower. But like Alex will show you in a bit, even with you put your foot down a little bit, like it goes. Like you don't need, I think people, especially these days, get mad number crazy. Like, oh, I'm running 600 brake horsepower.
Yeah. Then they can't put it down.
Everyone puts numbers, it's all it is now, numbers. Nobody talks about how it actually feels, or how fun it is, or the noises, the experience. For me, it's about experience. It don't matter. Like obviously speed is one of the elements, but yeah, acceleration, sound, feeling, it's all things.
But I mean, the majority of the time you can't go fast anyway, but it's nice to have a bit there.
To tell people what modifications you've got.
Right, so on this at the moment, it's not, if you watch my last video, it's not a fully stance car yet, because I've got plenty more to do on it. But at the moment, what I've done is, so I've just put some new wheels on it, put some stretch tyres on it so it sits in the arch a bit better. I've got coilovers on it, which I said they're like a budget coilover, because I had them before. I was happy with the way it drove, to be fair, obviously before I dropped it on its arse. But they're quite. I think they're JOM. It's just a budget coilover, but I'm pretty happy with the way they drive. And obviously, I've got the camber on the back. I think I must have done about 3 or 4 degrees on it, and then spacers, which made it feel it a bit better. But at the moment, yeah, you could call it a stance car. You might not want to call it a stance car, but it does definitely drive as if it was a stance car. It's rattly as anything. I don't know if you can hear it in it, obviously, because it's old. All the plastic is oldish plastic, so it rattles its tits off. The car scrapes.
We've not really talked about engine modifications on the channel at all, really, yeah.
So yeah, actually, yeah. So with this, not a lot's been done. It is stage 1. I bought it stage 1. It had a K and an air filter on it and an ECU map. The ECU map has got the pop and bang map added into it, which is not healthy for the car in the slightest. Probably end up blowing my turbo or my cat, whichever one goes first. But that's what the previous owner did. I'm happy with the way it is. I haven't decided to map it anymore because I'm happy the way it is. I haven't built this car. I haven't built this car for speed. I haven't built it for fucking to do 0 to 60s. I've built it so I could drop it on its arse and ruin the car.
How's roundabouts with the camber?
In the wet, horrendous. Dry, it's not too bad. It's when you hit a pothole and you're going round a fucking corner and the back end fucking drops down and it kicks off.
Just don't care about it. Right, give it a bit there. See, like, even that, normally you could just take that, but that bump there, like, you have to be careful there.
You gotta be careful, man. It does pick up. I mean, like I said, I'm not chasing numbers, but when you want to put it down.
Enough, yeah.
It's quite fun. But you find yourself, with a stance car, you find yourself not watching anything but the road. You're constantly looking at the surface of the road. You're not looking at much else because you're just so cautious about hitting a certain pothole, hitting any bumps in the road. You feel everything, so you try and avoid it. But that is such an issue with a stance car. You're constantly watching the road. Honestly, I know you're supposed to watch the road, but I'm on about like the surface of the road in case there's any imperfections in the tarmac. You're just trying to avoid it at all costs. Do you know any roads with speed bumps around here? Because I want to show these people how bad this car actually is. I'm going to get a few more pulls and get blood. Anyone drop the fridge? Oh mate, you dropped your fridge. So we're just coming into town now. We're coming off like the bigger 40, 50 roads. We're going to come onto some 30 roads because we know 30 roads are the worst roads because there's potholes everywhere and speed bumps everywhere.
Mate, we like cars. We like cars.
Jesus.
But I'm all right now as well. Do you have some width?
Oh. Bomber clap.
What was that? As if there was a fridge in the road.
Alright. Oh Jesus, man, did you see the size of that fucker?
Yeah, straight on it.
That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta avoid that shit. That's how I crack my fucking sump.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Don't worry, we're not breaking the speed limit. Oh Jesus.
I'm sure that I hope the camera picks up how loud it is when you just drive over something silly, innit? Like,
literally, man. The car, everything in the car shakes.
Right, go there, go to the first exit, but you need to drive slow because there's some mad speed bumps coming up. Like, I'm talking for about, you might not even get over them.
Everyone hates you in this car as well because if there's speed bumps, oh Jesus.
Oh God, you actually like tense, man.
Yeah, you do. You fucking.
It drops down again here somewhere.
Come on, mate. There you go. Good lad. Go on, mush. Yeah, actually, your whole body tenses up because you're scared that you're gonna hit. Oh God.
Straight down. But you do speed bumps here.
You're scared that you're gonna fuck your car up.
The moment of truth. It's like dun 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 dun
dun dun dun dun dun dun. Oh. Hello, mate. Oh, it's these ones that scare me, because the other ones are flat. These ones are fucking edged off, so you can't go over them in the middle, because you fucking hit your sump. So I'm gonna have to fucking... That is the life you have to live.
I don't know whether you can see people, when he comes off it, like the back wheel wants to tuck round, and it almost like pulls him at an angle. Like...
I wasn't joking when I said you have to go, like, I'm talking not even 5 miles an hour, because that's a big one. See, look, I've got someone behind me. I got a queue behind me. That's the life you live.
You might want to try and go right.
Yeah, listen to this. Listen to this. Oh, jeez.
Right, there you go.
I don't know if it's picking up how loud, like, how rattly it can be. I don't know if it's just because my car's old. But yeah, I don't know if you can quite clock like what it's like, but it's so loud in here. Like, you feel absolutely everything. I don't know if the camera picks it up because of the way it shakes or what, but you feel everything in the road. So any little divot in the road, your whole car, because it's so stiff, because the bloody coilos are at the lowest setting, there's just no give in the springs. So you literally, you hit a dip in the road and your whole car drops. It's not like normal suspension where the springs compress and then they depress and all that shit, but you literally, you hit it, your whole car hits it. I'm avoiding scraping at all costs, but when you do scrape, you will never have heard, oh Jesus, you won't hear a noise like it. Honestly, it goes straight through you. It is terrible. Ready? Oh, you spot it before you've even hit it. Oh, there's another one. Boom, boom. I'll hit that one. Boom, boom. There you go. Are you ready, John? Hold on to your horses, because this takes off. Oh baby, baby, this Lamborghini eater.
What did we say in the first review then? It V12?
V12, fast. But we didn't break the speed limit because we don't break the law. So as you can see, obviously the car, you can drive it. It's not like you cannot drive it on like everyday roads. You can drive it. It's just, you just have to be very cautious and not be stupid, because every bump you hit, you're basically just crying because you're scared about hitting something. But you can drive it every single day, don't get me wrong. A stance car you can drive, but it's just difficult. Be very cautious, be careful with what you hit, and don't be an idiot, because you're just gonna run into so many problems. And probably don't daily drive it like me, because you're just gonna spend loads of money on it. There's another fridge. But yeah, it's not that bad. It's fun, puts a smile on your face. So guys, that was a POV drive of a stance car. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It can be helpful to some, it might not be. It might just be entertainment purposes for others, but it's definitely entertaining to watch, and it's definitely entertaining to drive a stance car. It's just, it's so fun, and it's scary as well, but it does put a smile on your face. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. From me and John, we'll see you guys in the next one.